Hey fam, it's MarshaunO out here again today, and I'm sure that most of you have seen the topic of discussion, which is why you clicked on this video in the first place. But divorce can be a very sobering topic for many people. It is a topic that most people don't want to deal with, they don't want to talk about, because there are feelings of guilt, there's feelings of shame, there's feelings of why me, there's feelings of this wasn't the life that I wanted to live, so why is it happening to me? And there's just all of these feelings of unworthiness wrapped around being a divorcee or getting a divorce or going through a divorce. And many of you know, if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know that this is my second marriage that I'm currently in. And with it being my second marriage, I have had some experiences myself, and one of them have happened to be divorce. And it wasn't a pleasant time for me. It wasn't something that I wanted to really deal with. It wasn't something that I was proud of. It wasn't the life that I dreamt up for myself, because I was supposed to have the American dream like everybody else. I was supposed to have my 2.5 kids, my dog, my picket fence, and of course, my husband. Well, my first marriage that fairy tale never came true for me, and I'm okay with that. But I came here today because this topic has been on my spirit, and also I want to encourage others who have gone through a divorce or are currently going through a divorce or even a breakup from a long-term relationship, and you're feeling like, why? Or how do I pick up the pieces again? How do I continue on with my life? How do I stop feeling sorry for myself? How do I just say, you know what, I want to feel happy again? And how do you get all of those feelings back? And so today I just wanted to come here and encourage you guys, because there are there are 5 things that I wanted to talk to you about, because it makes a difference for you to know that I've been there, I've done that, and you're not alone. You're definitely not alone in the fact of being a divorcee. I remember when I was actually going through my divorce, and I was just like, literally, whose life is this? Like, why me? Why did I get chosen to bear this burden? As I seen it as a burden once before, and so I just wanted to understand, why did I get chosen for this burden per se? And so it wasn't a good time. I just had to learn some things, and so the five things that I want to talk to you today is the things that I had to learn myself, but I want to bring them here for you so you don't have to go through that long or lengthy learning curve that I went through. So the very first thing that you need to think about is that you actually need to grieve. Yes. Grieving is going to help you get to the next stage of feeling encouraged about, you know what, I got a divorce. Nope, it's not something that I wanted to do, but that was the cards that I was dealt. This is the life that I was dealt, so I got to deal with that. And you have to, it'll give you power once you start to grieve. It'll give you power in the fact that, you know what, you got some experiences, you got some more knowledge, you got some more information to say what you don't or will not do the next time around, especially if it was your fault. And even if it wasn't your fault per se, you still played a part in your divorce, and that is something that you have to come to grips with, that you played a part in it, even if your part was choosing the wrong partner. And that was my issue. I just chose the wrong partner my first time around, and there were some red flags that I seen, and I ignored them. And really, I have to say ignored now, but really I didn't ignore them. I didn't know that that's what they were. I didn't know that they were called red flags then. So that's why I ignored them, because I just didn't know. But the very first thing that you need to do is to definitely grieve, sis. Grieve, bruh. You need to go through your grieving process. Don't be one of those people that's jumping from relationship to relationship. Learn how to be by yourself, all by yourself, and just enjoy yourself. That was one of the things that was very hard for me as well, because I come from a large family, 7 siblings, both my parents, and we were in the household, and What happened is I was always around them. We always did things together. I was always with my family, always with my siblings. And then I went off into the United States Navy, and I was there at the age of 18. So I literally left from home. 2 weeks later, I was in the U.S. Navy. I was around a lot of people. I was on a ship, specifically an oiler for my U.S. Navy people out there. I was on the oiler, and then I was on there for about 3 years, a little over 3 years. And then I ended up meeting and marrying my very first husband. Now, some of you already know this story, but I'm repeating for those of you who are finding me for the first time and just don't know my story. So, yes, I met and married him. Very first boyfriend, don't recommend it, but you know, sometimes it works out for people. That wasn't my story. And we got married, obviously, and then, you know, we spent years together, and then we got a divorce. So which is why I'm talking about this video, because we actually got a divorce. And I was always around people. So I brought all of that story up because I was never alone. I didn't know how to be alone with Marshaun. I was always doing something. I was always busy. When I first became a single woman, I was always busy. The friends that I had, I was always at their house, which again, I was never at my place because my place was lonely. It was dank. It was smaller. I had to be in a not so great neighborhood because I wasn't making any money, and I just wasn't happy there. And so because me personally, I wasn't happy with my situation. I wasn't happy with my life. I chose to be out of my environment because my environment said that I was lonely. My environment said that I was worthless. My environment said that I was a failure, because going from always being around people, again, for as long as I can remember, up until at the age of 26 or 27, now being single by myself and a divorcee. So I had a lot of baggage that I was carrying with me, and I was just like, I don't like this. And so because I ain't like this, I was never by myself. But you really do have to learn how to grieve. And so if your story is anything like mine, and you were always around people, then you need to take some time to be around you, because in that time I was able to get still. In that time I was able to get quiet. In that time I was able to reflect and think. And that is the thing that a lot of people don't like to do. They don't like to reflect. They don't like to think, because once you start reflecting, then you have to think about and look at all of the stuff that you have done yourself that is quote unquote wrong, right? And so anytime that we have to reflect and do these things, we don't like that, because we have to take a look at ourselves in the mirror. So even if you weren't even if you were not the one who was out there doing X, Y, and Z, insert whatever happened, you still played a part in your relationship tanking. And that's what I want to get you to see. On top of that, now it's time for you to grieve if you have not done so. Grieving is going to help you take you closer to feeling encouraged about your divorce. So grieve. The second thing that you need to do is, I actually said it, but I need for you to understand that. Realize that you're not alone. You are not alone. You're not the first one to get divorced. You're not going to be the last one to get a divorce. This is actually something that is going to help you prepare to the next stage in your life. Because literally, even for me, literally, if I would have never gotten a divorce, I would have never started my YouTube channel. I would have never been the woman that I am today. Again, it's not something that I'm quote unquote proud of, but being a divorcee for me personally has helped me propel to the next stage in my life, which is becoming a relationship strategist, a relationship coach, as some people say. So it helped me prepare to the next area in my life. So recognize that you're not alone. Recognize that you're not the first person. Recognize that you're not going to be the last person. The third thing is to talk to whoever you need to talk to. Meaning, if you need to talk to your priest, you need to talk to your pastor, you need to talk to a good friend, you need to talk to your parents. Talk to somebody that's going to help you be encouraged and not feel crazy about yourself, crazy about your decision, make you feel worthless, or why did you do that? You want to really who you should talk to is somebody who's actually been there and done that. Meaning somebody who has been in your shoes before, somebody who was a divorcee or is a divorcee, somebody who can actually tell you, you know what, you're here, this is the way that you're feeling, I understand totally how you're feeling, but guess what, I am now on the other side of it, and you can also be on the other side of this as well. It's okay, you know, It's not the life that you thought that you were going to have. It's not the relationship that you woke up and said, you know what, I'm getting a divorce today. It's not that. You didn't choose this person to get a divorce from later on. However, that's where you're at now. That's where you're going to be, depending on if you're going through a divorce or if you've already been through it, but you're still stuck. I'm encouraging you not to stay stuck. Talk to somebody who can help you. You can reach out and talk to me. Yes, you can. You can reach out and talk to me because I can help you through, because I've been there and done that, right? I am a life and relationship strategist. And if this is going to help your life so you can get the relationship that you want, let's talk about working together. Reach out to me on my email and do just that. We could talk about how we can work together so we can get you healed. Because talking to people, especially about all of the things that you have been through, is going to help you heal. It's going to help your healing process a lot faster as well. So, do that. Talk to somebody who's actually been there and done that. That can encourage you that, guess what? There's light at the end of your tunnel. There's light on the other end of this and what you're actually going through. The next thing that you do is make sure that you're getting out of the house. Get out of your house. Yes, get out of your house. Because that was one of the things that once I did start staying in my house, I became super homebody. And then I started thinking about all of the stuff that I could have done, that coulda, woulda, shoulda. Right? I started doing all of the coulda, woulda, shoulda, and being in my head and not being happy with my situation, not being happy with where I was, not even accepting it at some points, because I was so embarrassed, because the only thing I wanted to do and be is to be a wife and a mother. And at the time, I wasn't a mother. And if I'm a divorcee, that means I'm not a wife anymore, right? So there was some shame. There was some guilt there. There was definitely no coming on camera and talking about it, okay? So please understand that you have to get out of the house so you can be around people that's going to make you laugh, because laughter will make your situation go away for a while. So do not stay cooped up. Do not stay in that state where you're feeling sorry for yourself. Do not worry about what others are going to say about you and even to you. Because just know this, and I'm sure you heard this before, so this is not like groundbreaking news. Everybody that's in your face didn't want to see you win anyway. So those I told you so people, those people that are all in your face and maybe even laughing at you, you can just move on with life. Meaning, X them out of your life. You can move on with your life. You don't have to stay in that situation. You don't have to stay stuck. You don't even have to stay being friends with that person. You can love that person from afar, including your parents, including your siblings, including your cousins, aunties, uncles. Because we don't have to keep toxic people around us. It's a choice that we're making each and every day. So you don't have to keep toxic people around you. And if that happens to be any of the people that I just named, those are toxic people to you, and you can get rid of them too, or at least love them from afar. Heal yourself, and when it's time to go back and be a part of the family again, then you can do that without any guilt, without any shame, without feeling less than. Right? And then the next time they ask you a question about your business, then you can answer it with courage. You can answer it with strength. You can answer with, as a matter of fact, that is what happened to me in X, Y, and Z. Right? You can nip all that stuff in the bud. And so I encourage you to get out of the house. After you have grieved, don't stay cooped up in the house, because you're missing out on so much life. You're missing out on so much, just period. You're missing out on the world. You're missing out on you, sis. You're missing out on you, bruh. It's time to get out of the house if you need to get out of the house. And then the very last thing is to give yourself permission to move on. Give yourself permission to accept what's actually happening, but then to start over. Give yourself permission to accept the life that is now in front of you, and also to start over. Yes, these are the very things that you need to do. And now, if you want to take your relationship, if you want to take your life, if you want to take your entire world to the next level, then reach out to me. I'm definitely here. You can hit me on my email, MarshaunO@MarshaunOlanio.com. It is down in the description box below. If you're on Facebook, then I'll link it up above. But go there, set up your appointment, and let's talk. Let's talk. Or if you hit me, if you hit me on my email, that's my email. If you want to go to my website, it's www.MarshaunOlanio.com. Again, that's www.MarshaunOlanio.com. Of course, I'll spell that out for you. But either way, reach out to me so we can help you heal, so we can help you move to the next stage in life, so we can get you back in the game of life, back in the game of love, if that is where you need to be. But you need to heal first, sis. I'll talk to you soon. Love you guys. Bye.